Hello, my name is Christopher Catlin. I'm the Program Manager for the National Background Investigation System. The following slides will talk about the acquisition strategy. The goal of the acquisition strategy is to outline the best course of action to design and build an information technology system that guarantees confidentiality and integrity of Americans' most sensitive, personally identifiable information, or PII. This is in spite of determined capable adversaries. Secondary goals include reducing OPM's IT operating costs and increasing the speed and accuracy of background investigations. The new system will be hosted in a secure environment offering state-of-the-art cybersecurity, leveraging commercial technologies for a scalable and cost-effective solution. The solution will be further protected by DISA's current suite of DoD Information Network, or DODIN, defenses. These defenses are things such as the Joint Regional Security Stacks, Cloud Access Point, Internet Access Point, as well as other technologies. Access controls will be tightened, ensuring that no individual has access to all information and system data, and that only authorized individuals can see the minimum amount of data required to perform investigative responsibilities. Changes and accesses to data will be logged for audit. Data will be appropriately labeled and protected at rest and in transit to other systems in the security and suitability community. The system will be resilient in the face of attack, offering authorized users continued service while enabling cybersecurity defenses to quickly return to a system normal operating state. Our objective is to use a more agile acquisition approach within the PAC's holistic approach to modernizing the federal government's background investigation processes. DISA will develop and maintain specifications for the new systems architecture and will seek to acquire specific system components from industry using a competitive, agile acquisition approach. This approach will incrementally develop new capabilities while minimizing risk and maximizing opportunities to respond to new requirements and technology solutions. Small businesses will have an opportunity to develop individually containerized components featuring their own technology differentiators in the architecture. As new capabilities come online and are proven, legacy capabilities will be gradually sunset. And as you see from the slide, this is our high-level acquisition strategy. The Program Office is working with the Department of Defense and other federal agencies to identify government-owned applications that could be migrated to the NBIS system. There are several potential candidates that are currently in testing. The Program Office has already begun identifying commercially available applications for research purposes. The intent is to acquire multiple COTS applications and perform prototype testing to determine the best value performer for NBIS. We'll call these tests bake-offs. We are currently working with the user community to identify all the NBIS capabilities. Once that is known, we can determine the number of bake-off tests needed and what should be in increment 1 versus increment 2, or even increment 3. If the bake-off tests don't yield the needed results, the Program Office will acquire modifications to the prototype in order to meet system requirements. This is not ideal since it adds costs and potentially slips schedule. If the result is not what we need and nothing commercially is available, or the bake-offs don't go as planned, the NBIS Program Office may develop applications using government resources and/or award a development contract. There are capabilities identified which are in the draft initial capabilities document. Again, this document is still in draft and may be subject to change. For capabilities in purple, the Program Office has identified possible government-owned applications and has started research on its functionality. The items in blue have been identified as possible areas for acquisition for COTS products. We understand terminology may be different across industry and government. Each of these capabilities will be described later in the briefing. Again, this is only conceptual. If you have a possible solution or an application, or don't even see one listed here, you are still encouraged to respond. The planning documents are in draft as well, and the requirements document we are still working on. In addition to the COTS applications, the Program Office will need to acquire IT labor services. Existing contract vehicles, if possible, will be used as the requirement arises. Consideration of small businesses and 8As interest and opportunities to set efforts aside will be explored. When talking to DISA, it is important to know the critical pieces of information. Make sure you know if you are a small business and what market segment you are in. This helps us to recognize how your specific business capabilities may contribute to our current requirements. Also, it is important to know how DISA can do business with you. As you see on the slides, these are examples of acquisition opportunities. This is the tentative general schedule of events for the upcoming months. In the near term, we are conducting market research, refining acquisition strategy, and compiling a list of COTS applications for each capability on NBIS. Next quarter, we will focus on the government-owned applications, evaluating their suitability and migrating them into pre-production environment for integration. We also plan on researching existing COTS products to 1. Prove that COTS products are viable, and 2. Inform the planning and requirements process. In Q1 of 2017, we will seek an acquisition decision on the acquisition strategy and start contractual activity to procure the COTS products, solutions, and services. At this time, some IT labor services will also be required to assist the bake-off tests, pre-production integration, interface management, and transition to implementation.